A question that I have been struggling with externally and internally damn near my entire life. Why is it so hard to be consistent? Now, I'm not inconsistent, in every area of my life. There's a lot of areas where I am decently consistent, but there's certain aspects of my life where I've struggled with consistency more than others. Those two things are, I would say, work ethic and also my health fitness journey. Those two things I would say I have been the most inconsistent and I have been struggling with pretty much my entire life. Now, when it comes to work ethic, I don't have a bad work ethic, right? My work ethic is just very selective, I would say. I can be very lackadaisical, right? I can be very just nonchalant with things. I can let things just kind of like, oh, it'll work out. And like, I was the type of person in school, if we had a project that was given June 1st and it was due March 1st, I would probably wait until like the second to last week of February to do the project. And 9 times out of 10, I would get a solid, at least like a B plus, A minus, and maybe even an A plus type thing, like on most of what I did. So I think carrying that over into life kind of made things a little bit harder because I kind of apply that to other things. It's just like, oh, okay, maybe I'll show up to work. If I'm clocking into work, like when I used to work at like Target, if I clock into work, I'm like, all right, my shift starts at 9. I'll get there at 9:05 or 9:08, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it don't really matter. Or it's like, I want to make videos, like, I'll try to record one today, and if it don't work out, or I'll try to edit one, and if it don't work out, it didn't work out. It's not a big deal. It is what it is. When it comes to working out, it's like, maybe I'll work out today. I don't know, I'm a little tired, I'm sore, I've been working out a lot. Eating, I've ate good, pretty much, the last 2 weeks, so, whatever. I can eat a little burger, fries. I can have a little cheat day, cheat week, cheat month, cheat year. That's these are the problems that I struggle. This is what the battle that I have gone through for a lot of my adult life, and even my adolescence, but focusing on adult life right now because that's the stage that I'm in, and I have to address habits that I've grew up with and learn how to reframe them or rework them to work for me. And if they don't work for me, then to just drop them completely, drop those bad habits out of my life so I can move forward better and be the man that I've always wanted to be. So just doing some, self-analyzing on my Mr. Morale, trying to be the biggest stepper I can be. I have to just, look at these different aspects and look at what's holding me back from consistency. One of the things I came up with that I just went through, being lackadaisical and nonchalant. Another thing, I feel like I can be too maybe distracted, for lack of better words. I have other things that I'm trying to focus on, so that's, like I said, having a 9 to 5 and making sure that all my bills are paid and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do and taking care of that responsibility. And then also, exercise. I want to make sure that I exercise, most days, for a good amount of the day, and along with exercise, that's eating good, fasting and, not always counting calories, even though that's something that I used to do and I want to be consistent in, but kind of just keeping a mental track of like the food that I'm eating and, not getting lazy with that. I got a dog, recently, in September of last year. So, he's been a joy, a bundle of joy, a handful of joy. He has taken up so much of my my time and my mental capacity. It's, what I'm saying? That's just it. I love him, but it's just another one of those things that, for me, add to the excuses of why I can't do a certain thing at a certain time on a given day. You know what I mean? So just analyzing, trying to tackle all these things and figure out everything, what's holding me back. And that's another thing that I came up with, just being too scattered on the different things that I want to do. Another thing, I feel like I'm in a rush. I feel like I'm in a rush. Like, time is finite, right? And there's things that I want to do for my family, all the members of my family, before, it's too late. You know what I'm saying? And to help them, to help ease burdens, and to help heal, and to be a better, brother and a better son. And my timeline for doing that, I feel like, is condensed. You know what I mean? So I feel like I'm in a rush. Like, I have to do these things and I have to do them now. And that, I think, makes it hard for me to really focus and concentrate, because I start to get overwhelmed with results. Rather than being consumed with the process, I'm consumed with results. And if you don't get results immediately, it makes you not want to put in as much work, because you feel like it's for naught. And maybe you start focusing on something else because you feel like that might bring you results a little bit faster. And then when that doesn't bring you results, you're like, okay, I don't want to focus on that no more because it's not bringing. So, you end up just bouncing around doing a whole bunch of different things that you're okay at, or that you're kind of good at, but you don't become great at anything, and you don't stick to nothing. You don't practice anything long enough to really know if you love it, and to, get better at it and really reap the fruits of your labor, because you're not planting those seeds as often as you would if you were really consumed and in love with what you're doing. And I feel like one of the reasons I haven't been able to engulf myself in the things that I really love, in my real passions, is because I'm so consumed with just the idea of everything needing to happen on a condensed, quick, timeline. Like, I have to get this done before it's too late. And that's a very dangerous mental space to be in, to try to focus on yourself while simultaneously focusing on the betterment of other people's lives. Is very difficult. You have to focus on yourself first, and everybody around you hopefully will be able to feed off that energy. Life doesn't work like that. You can't ignore, the process. You can't ignore the day by day and bypass all that for the end result. I want to succeed now, not later, but I have to reframe my mind on what success is. And I feel like instead of me thinking success is me posting this and getting 1 million views and 500,000 people subscribing, I reframe my thinking to say me recording this is a success, period. Whether or not I post it, that don't have nothing to do with this being a success. There's different successes, there's different wins, but this is a win for me. For me, this is a victory. I will carry that forward, and I will use it to make me better. I don't focus on what happens after that. That's for the universe to decide. I can only control what I am doing in this moment, and that is my focus. What am I doing on the daily, on the weekly, on the monthly, to move myself forward into the realm that I want to be? And notice I've been saying I, because that's the only perspective I can speak from. Hopefully you'll be able to take things from me saying I and apply it to yourself. Because that's what I do for other people. I try to learn from the experiences from others and apply it to myself to make myself a better person.